I'm Reverie.
I'm Louden.
And you're watching KniceTV. We grew up in Los Angeles and we started getting in a lot of trouble when we were like in our early teens and stuff. And then we got like really involved in like gangs and drugs and just like all kinds of bad shit. And like my brothers were like in and out of jail and like just shit was not good. And basically we turned our lives around. We started from scratch and yeah, we completely decided to just try out a whole nother lifestyle, you know, just being regular people instead of being like criminals or on drugs all day.
Bumming it on the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah, like living house to house.
It doesn't work out like that in the long run.
Most of our friends that we grew up with are like in jail right now. Some of them are doing life. Some of them, all of them are in jail though, and they're all in prison, not in jail, in prison. They're all doing prison terms. And it's really sad. It's really sad, but I'm just glad that we changed our path, and I feel really proud about our accomplishments, I guess, and of my brother. I'm really proud of us. I think that's hard to admit to yourself when you're just used to living a certain way and doing certain kinds of things all the time. Wouldn't really like to admit that there's faults within us, and I think especially as a young person, that's hard to admit to yourself. And I had a lot of problems admitting that I had problems and I was doing things that weren't good for me and my family and my health. There's things wrong and that there's room for improvement, realizing that there's room for improvement.
And a lot of times you have to learn the hard way, but the hard way only lasts for so long. It's not like it's gonna be like that for the rest of your life. It's just
unless you make it the rest
unless
of
you
your
make
life.
it, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of creative outlets out there that I think people are not aware of. Like I rap and I write poems. I also paint. There's dancing. There's poetry. There's drawing. There's just like a bunch of creative outlets out there that I think it's sad that people don't really know about and they don't utilize. But I think people can really benefit from them. I think publicly expressing your art is the best form of like relief. Relieving your tension. It's just so healthy for the mind and the soul.
And you don't always have to go to school to get to where you want to be in life. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you have to go to school to get a good job and everything. But no, you don't have to go to school to get a good job. You can get your high school diploma and work on your art, or work on if you're a motorcycle racer or something like random like that. It's still an outlet, and you don't always have to listen to everyone's rules that they set in place for society. It's kind of like do what you feel like doing that makes you happy.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, school is good, but it's not for everyone, and I don't think that people should really tell everyone that have to go to school. Like it's not.
The school is good. Like for some people, it's really good. Like there's nothing wrong about school. Like if you want to learn how to be a doctor, become a doctor, you better go to school for that long, because I don't want to have surgery with some person that's never gone to school. Like,
that's doing surgery for the passion.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just...
Yeah. There's definitely a lot I want to achieve. I think the best thing personally that I get out of making my music is knowing that I'm helping people. A lot of times all the time, every day, people send me messages and comments like, oh, your music has uplifted me and changed my life, and I wanted to kill myself, and I listened to your music and I decided not to, and just like all kinds of things like that are just really moving to me, and I just want to keep expanding and just helping as many people as I can. Like since day one, like that's been the best thing, and it still is today. Even like now we're doing different things with it. Like before it would just be like, I had like 2 people on MySpace telling me that, like 2 comments, you know? Now we're in another continent touring, but that's still the best thing to me, like knowing that I'm helping people. People are telling me the same things over here that they do in the States, like your music has helped me so much and I just don't feel alone anymore. And like that to me is the best gratitude I can receive from what I do.
It's a really dope feeling.
Yeah.
I can't really say that personally, but I see like all those comments and everything, and it's really inspiring, and it's like, oh, I kind of helped them, like, I helped her like get to reach people like that, and it's like really cool, and it keeps me pushing like music, and
you should feel like that.
It's pretty.
It is me and you. It's both of us.
Inspiring when I see those comments, like even though they're not talking to me, but it's like, damn, that's crazy. Like we made this music that people are like really feeling it.
Growing up in Los Angeles is really crazy. I mean, not everybody gets into that crazy lifestyle that we got into. Like, there's some parts of Los Angeles that are really nice, and there's some kids that grew up in our same neighborhood that never got into gangs, never even smoked weed, never got arrested, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just like, it is difficult though, because there's a lot of people who do a lot of bad things, and there's a lot of misled youth, and a lot of the people in Los Angeles, I mean, most of the people in Los Angeles, especially where we live, our parents were like scraping by. Like, we didn't have like our mom at home every day to help us while our dad was at work. Like, our dad, my parents got divorced when I was little, so my mom raised us, and she would be at work all day, so she didn't know what we were doing in the day, and she couldn't really help us. By the time she got home from work, she was exhausted. All she could do was cook us dinner and then go to sleep, you know? Like, that's how most of the households are in Los Angeles. Like, the parents are at work all day. Half of my friends' parents don't even have like their papers or their green card. Like, they're there illegally, so it's even harder for them. They're making $6 an hour, getting paid under the table. Their boss is sexually harassing them, you know what I mean? Like, it's just hard. Like, there's a lot of poverty, and there's just too many people in LA, so it's hard to like get through to all the youth. So unfortunately, there's a lot of bad things for kids to get into, and it's very easy to get pulled into that when you don't have the correct parental guidance and attention that you really need as a child, you know? And also, kids are just looking to belong somewhere, and to feel like they have a family somewhere. And I think that's why my brothers and I got into the whole gang thing, because all of our friends felt the same. All of our parents, you know, some had it worse than others, but all of our parents, we just didn't get enough love that we needed, you know. Not that that was our parents' intention, because my mom was the best mom she could be, you know, but it's just hard. It was hard growing up in LA. It was really hard. High school was crazy. We got in fights. I got in fights all the time.
Yeah.
It was just.
Getting out of juvenile hall. Like,
yeah.
It was crazy, but there's good things about it too. Like,
yeah. There's more than just getting in fights and joining a gang and going to jail and
just getting high out there.
Yeah, like there's better things out there. Like, look, we're here in fucking Europe. Like, I want everybody to know that they can do shit like that. You can do it. You just have to find the way. You just don't. Nobody's gonna hand you like $1 billion on a gold platter. Like, it's just not gonna happen. You have to make it happen. And I want everybody to know that. Like, we're proof. We're here because we did it. We worked to get here, and everyone can do it. If we can do it, if we can do this shit, everyone can do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, for real. People ask me for advice all the time, like how to rap and stuff. And the main things I could tell them, I made a YouTube video where I say this. I'm gonna say the same exact shit. Number one is be yourself. Do not be anyone else. Be you, because if you come up being someone else, pretending to be someone you're not, you're gonna have to pretend you're that person for the rest of your career. And that would really suck, having to lie to everyone and not knowing who you really are. I think that would be awful. Luckily, we came up being ourselves, so it's cool, you know, but I feel so sorry for people who have built this image that they have to live around that's not really them. Anyway, so be yourself. Be yourself. Don't talk about stuff you haven't been through. Don't talk about bitches and hoes and Cadillacs if you don't have that. And just be true. Just do it for the right reasons. People are always asking me like, oh, how do you get to do this? Like, how did you get your music out there? How did you get it to people? And I just tell them that I did not have any intentions of my music getting me anywhere. Me and my brother made music because we like music. We never thought, oh, let's make songs so we can get rich and have a mansion in Beverly Hills. Like, that was
bored.
That was never the intention.
Like, oh, this is dope. Like, let's work on this.
Yeah, like, I would just say do it for the passion. Do it for the right reasons. Don't do it because you want to be on TV and because you want to be rich and have lots of girls and cars. You know, that's not the right reason to do art. That's just my mentality as an artist. I think you have to just do it because you have the passion for it. If you want to help people and get your art out there just because you're an artist, do it. But if you don't want to do it because of those reasons, then just do it for the passion. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. What would you say? Your advice?
Same exact thing. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's be yourself, do it for the passion, and don't do it for all the money and fame because you're most likely gonna fail because no one likes that. It's fake. It's really fake when
the money doesn't make you.
The money doesn't make you, and it's not real, you know.